What's up, guys? Brian Grant of ContestChampion.com here, and I am so sorry. It seems like I'm getting progressively worse at actually making these videos on time when I say I'm going to make them. I have a lot of plans to correct that, though. Actually, purchase some new editing software that'll hopefully help speed up the process quite a bit. So, looking forward to using that. I'm going to start that up later in the week and start getting familiarized with that. But in the meantime, I do have my final Realm of Legends video right here for you guys. It is my stats breakdown video about how many potions and revives I used, how many times I killed each champion, and went through, you know, how many attempts it actually took to bring down the champions. So let's just start going through this. The top half is the first round where I did fail at Wolverine, so I did not end up killing Wolverine, Black Bolt, or Hulk in that round. And then round 2, the comeback round, where I brought in Black Widow to take out Wolverine and was able to finish it up. Then we have the grand total at the bottom here. As far as the categories go, we have the number of attempts to get the first kill, the total deaths, the number of kills, revives of, tier 1 revives, tier 2 revives, tier 1 through 4 potions, the amount of units spent, and then the champions that I used to take down the enemy champions. So I'm not going to go through each individual number here, but there is 2 things that I want to say here. First is that the way I did the potions, it was pretty poor actually. I could have done it better, but let me just explain. So let's see here. Black Panther. So I have down 45 potions listed here that I needed to bring down Black Panther. But this 45 number actually includes whatever potions I had to use to heal up right before Black Panther, which really probably should have been tacked on to Vision's total, or even just kept out separately. But I mean, hopefully you guys don't care too much about that anyway. You're probably just interested in the totals. But there is one other thing that before I get to those actual totals, one other little disclaimer here. I tried really hard to keep these numbers as accurate as possible, but there might be some minor miscalculations here, or just counting errors or something. For example, when I was going up against Wolverine, after watching some of the videos, some of the footage, I realized that my numbers were just slightly off. It wasn't off by much. It was off by like 100 units or something like that. It must have just been at a point where I was so frustrated that maybe I forgot to record an attempt or 2 or something like that. But I tried to go back and correct that as best as possible. Most of this is completely accurate though, like the low attempt kills and stuff like that. That should all be very accurate. Alright, so without further ado, let's just get right into the totals, because I figure that's what people care about. The totals. Okay, actually one other thing. So in my this number of kills here for Winter Soldier, I farmed the hell out of this guy. I killed him 57 times. This includes the number of kills that I did while farming for my second attempt. I probably should have put that total down here as well, but yeah, another kind of thing in hindsight that probably could have done better. But in any case, I did kill Winter Soldier 57 times. Let's just go right to the potions and revives, because I think that's what you guys really care about. So the number of revives, I used 59 tier 1 revives in round 1, 35 tier 2 revives in round 1. This is 540 tier 1 potions. Yes, that's a real number of potions. Most of these potions came from the free crystals that I opened up, and I do still have that video, so I'm going to show you guys that in a couple of days here. I have a couple of other videos planned, or maybe just 1 or 2 planned before I show you that one. 105 tier 2 potions again. Most of those came from the free crystals as well. I only purchased very few potions in the first round. I did purchase a fair amount of tier 2 revives. A lot of these tier 2 revives did come from the free crystals again, but I did have to buy a bunch of these as well. bringing my total units for round 1 to just below 1,200. Now round 2, there's a couple of things I want to point out before we get to the potions and revives. Just these 3 right here is that Rhino I was able to kill in 1 attempt, Storm in 1 attempt, and Black Panther in 1 attempt. So that was pretty cool, where I didn't die here. That was pretty fun. I was really hoping I'd be able to do that at least somewhere in the run. I was sad that I didn't have it in my recorded kill. But whatever. Alright, so total number of revives in the second round was 39 revives, tier 1, 3 tier 2 revives, 67 tier 1 potions, 41 tier 2 potions, 1 tier 3 potion, and 30 tier 4 potions. These numbers look a bit more normal, I would say, for a total of 724 units spent. These were mostly on the tier 4 potions here. And that brings the total number of units to about 2,000, and I was so close to not spending any units. I mean, this number doesn't bother me, but before I get to why it doesn't bother me, I was very close to not spending any units. Really, if I did not mess up on Wolverine and I was able to kill Wolverine with Guillotine, I would have gotten through without spending a single unit. Even if I killed Wolverine on my 20th attempt or even 30th attempt, I had plenty of resources left to get through the rest of Black Bolt and Hulk. But didn't work out that way, and unfortunately that was the bulk of the stuff that I had saved. So when it came down to the second round, I didn't have quite as much saved up, so I did have to spend some units. If I would have just if I knew I could have maxed out Black Widow in the first attempt and I would have brought her, same thing, I would have gotten through without spending any units. So it's definitely doable without spending units, but even this amount of units, we'll even call this 2,000, it's not that big of a deal. I've already farmed back almost all of it, if not all of it at this point. It's been a couple of weeks now, and units, they're not as hard to come by as some people will make out. Yeah, if you're buying potions and stuff like that on a daily basis, your units are not going to last. There's just no way. But as long as you plan accordingly to when you're going to try a difficult event or quest or whatever, and space out those difficult quests, you can farm up enough revives and potions to not have to spend that many units. Oh, actually, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about for my round 2 attempt that you guys did not see. When it came down to things like Captain Marvel here, it took me 6 tries, but if you remember back in my Captain Marvel video, I kept saying, why am I healing up Hulk? I really should just be going in with as little life as possible, not use any potions, just use revives. Well, I finally listened to myself in the second round here, and I did just that. So you can see I didn't use any potions when it came down to Captain Marvel, or Juggernaut for that matter, and it ended up costing me a lot of attempts to kill Juggernaut, but I had plenty of revives going into the second round. It was potions that is what I was limited on. Even at the end of my second round here, I had something like 13 or 15 revives, so I had plenty left over. It was just the potions that were costing me. The only other notable one in here was Scarlet Witch, where I did the same thing. I didn't use any potions. I actually did end up spending some units though, just because I wanted to go in with a tier 2 revive instead of the tier 1 for 2 of the attempts, 3 of the attempts, but I had 1 of them. I had to just purchase 2 though. So yeah, and I actually, going in with Hulk, while probably would have been easier in the first round, this is a post willpower nerfed fight where I wasn't healing as much. Not only that, but I had double edge on me on the second round here. So every time I got heal blocked, even though I was immune to her poison, I was bleeding myself out, because I only start out the fight most of the time with 20% life from the tier 1 revive, and then I would just bleed out in the beginning from having a heal block and having that double edge bleed on me. So That's the only other real notable fight that you guys didn't see. You saw the Wolverine Black Bolt and Hulk of the second round. But if you were wondering why it took so many attempts on the second round versus the first one, it wasn't the nerfs to the parry stun on special or anything like that. It was just I wasn't using potions to heal up, so that's all it was really. All right, let's go over the grand total though for revives and potions. We could see we can see what kind of predictions you guys had if you were correct or not. Took 98 total tier 1 revives, kind of ridiculous. 38 tier 2 revives, 607 tier 1 potions, 146 tier 2 potions, and close to 50 combined tier 3 and tier 4 potions. And this comes out to be, what is this, about 800? Is that right? About 800 potions all across the board here. So about 140 revives and about 800 potions. The numbers are crazy, really, just because of the amount of effort I put into Wolverine the first time. So yeah, kind of take it for what you will. Oh, there is one other thing about this that is not totally correct, is this total attempts counter over here. I didn't have a number here, which this really should have been 81 extra attempts, so it should have been close to 200 total attempts of actually starting. Actually, one last thing before we move on to some of the notes I had here that I wanted to talk about. This might be a little confusing up here for anyone just kind of looking around the actual charts themselves. This little note here was 11 attempts for Star-Lord, 13 attempts for rank 4 Hulk, and then 16 attempts on the rest of my guys that I was just practicing with. I did not include the 16 in my attempts here. It was only the 11 and 13 that I included in the total attempts. But yeah, there you have it, guys. Those are the actual numbers. A couple things before I end this video, though. I do want to stress that the only champion that actually matters on your team is the one that you're bringing to take out Wolverine. Other than that, you can come in here with any champions you want. You do not need a Star-Lord. If you're able to do the guillotine strat, which with a 2-star guillotine I was not able to. I definitely have some viewers that say they've been able to successfully do it. Or if you have a higher star guillotine, maybe that's something you want to try. I would definitely recommend the Black Widow strategy above all other strategies if you're able to get the signature stones to get at least a 3-star Black Widow, up to signature ability level 99. Definitely check out that Wolverine video if you missed that one to see what I'm talking about there. There are a few other champions you can use to bring down Wolverine. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but I know I saw one video where Scarlet Witch was able to do it, and I didn't realize that Scarlet Witch could do it. I thought people brought Scarlet Witch for everybody else, and then they used a different champion on Wolverine. But one of my viewers had said that that they did it with Scarlet Witch, and I was like, really? Let me check that out. And I saw a video, and it's pretty crazy actually. I think you can do it with Thor. I didn't actually see a video on that, but I know Thor does crazy tier 3 level 3 ability damage. I'm not entirely sure if you can do it with that though. And I think there's maybe one or two others that I'm forgetting, but Star-Lord, of course, if you play like a god and don't get hit for like 500 plus hits in a row or something like that, which is possible. Definitely harder now without having the perfect block option, but it's definitely possible. I was getting half of that with still more than half of my life remaining, so it's definitely possible. But all right, that's about it for the champions. But again, bring whoever you want, except for just have a plan for the Wolverine fight. The other thing I want to mention is that this was extremely hard for me, but very, very fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoy hard content like this. I don't look at it as like a loss of these resources here. I look at it as like a reason to save up these resources, and it makes the game that much more fun. Realm of Legends, it was fun months before I even stepped into Realm of Legends, just thinking about it and coming up with strategies and, you know, banking all of these potions that I could and stuff like that. And just kind of the anticipation of, will I get through it, will I not get through it, because I really did not know, which brings me to the next point here. I truthfully did not know if I would be able to complete Realm of Legends at 3 separate points that I wanted to talk about real quick. The first is when I made that first video where I said I was going to do it without perfect block, and in the back of my head the whole time I was thinking like, yep, this might be a really dumb move. I'm gonna do it anyway, though, you know. And I even asked you guys to weigh in on it, give me your opinions, and definitely, I mean, some people were trying to, you know, defend me because people were calling me a moron, but that's what I asked for. So, you know, there's no worries there. There's no hard feelings at all. I actually had a ton of support, even from the people who thought it was a bad idea. They were saying, you know, I think it's a bad idea, but, you know, good luck and everything. So I was really really thankful for that. A lot of support from you guys helped out a lot, and all the tips and everything like that helped out a lot too. So definitely, you know, thank you guys for being a part of this. So that was the first point where I thought I might not be able to complete it. The second point was actually as I was fighting Winter Soldier, and it took 19 tries to initially take him down, and I didn't think it was going to take that many tries to kill him the first time. I knew I was going to have to kill him a lot for practice and farming revives, but I was thinking, oh, you know, maybe I'll take him down after 5 or 6, or, you know, definitely under 10 tries, right? And no, it took 19. Had to change up my strategy, had to learn how to play a lot better, and even after that, it took a decent amount of tries just to get it down to where I can kill him. You know, a good amount of attempts that I did. I ended up coming out with a pretty decent ratio here. So my total attempts were, you know, a combination of these two numbers here. But so let's do the math real quick. What is that? 144? Am I doing this right? It's very late. But so out of 144 attempts, I was able to kill him 57 times, and as time went on, I was just able to more and more consistently bring him down. So, but that was another point where I thought, what did I get myself into? I might not be able to do this. And then the final point, which is of course Wolverine, where I got absolutely crushed and had to exit out of Realm of Legends. So yeah, still very fun. Like this just added to it, added to the fun. It's stressful at times too, but very, very fun. The rewards are absolutely incredible. I saw a post on the forum saying, you know, Realm of Legends rewards, they're not as good as they once were with some of the changes to the game and stuff like that. I don't care. These champions, like 3 4-star champions, incredible. I absolutely love the champions I got. I'm kind of waiting on level up events to line up before I do continue to level them. Plus, I'm out of ISO 8s, so. But they are absolutely going to be taken to rank 4, each and every one of them, as my voice cracks there. Hopefully nobody picked that up. Anyway, the last thing that I want to say before I end this video is that there will be a 100 premium hero crystal opening tomorrow. I might even add a few to this. Maybe I'll make this like 110, you know, because I'm thinking I want to do 50 of each type, 50 of the regular crystals, and then 50 of the shard crystals, and then maybe I'll just spin 5 of each, because a lot of people have been asking to spin a few of them, so might be pretty fun. But yeah, very much so looking forward to opening up those crystals, not just for the chance at getting some new champions or 4-star, but I also desperately need ISO 8s to level up my champions, so duplicating even the 2-stars is going to give me a good amount of those. So looking forward to that. Wish me luck on that one, guys. Hopefully you guys do check out that video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know what you thought about it. Was it enjoyable? Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in this next video here.